So, hello guys. Today we're gonna be talking about the Tokyo Olympic update, the latest update, especially with how things are going on. Uh, so the government are not the IOC would want to give 18,000 doses of vaccine to some of the volunteers and athletes for they want to donate this vaccine towards the athletes to take them, and this causes a lot of problems, especially with how Japanese mindset is being put. Like they said, it's not like it's almost like a regulation that cutting off line, or like let's say you there's a long line and just cut off in the middle. It's not right. It's for them it's something real bad, real. It's just not right at all. It's bad, and it causes problem, especially in this kind of situation for some of the Japanese athletes that will join the Olympic this year. I would say they are being how they are being forced into this kind of situation, which means that either they would have to take the vaccine or they would have to let it go. If they take the vaccine, then the Japanese people would be very angry. They would be bullying these athletes. And what if, let's just say, they don't take the vaccine? Then it will be more problematic, as the Olympic will they cannot join the Olympic, and they are being held in this kind of situation, which causes more and more problem. However, the thing is that the IOC and Japan and even Boris Johnson has already said, the UK government has said that they back Tokyo Olympic to go on this year, and they will force it upon it. They had already made the decision for a long time, and they would not change this decision again. But with how things are going on in Japan, I would say that I think that if they want to move on with the Olympic right now, I would say it's still 50-50, depending on the situation. There's also Paralympic that happened, I forget around when. But the Olympic that is the bigger, well, it's not the bigger spotlight. I would say Paralympic will be a bigger spotlight. It will be much more fun than the real Olympic. Because Paralympic, I think it will be more competitive, especially with I think some supporters available to go in and watch the games. I would say, but with such a short time left, I do think that if let's just say the Japanese government will achieve the minimum target of vaccine that they will be handing out, I think was around I think around 1 million doses per day, which is quite nuts. But this is what I think Japan is. It's either the lower end or the higher end. You could see that on I think around May, around that time of the year, around May or April. So they get the vaccine on around I think March or April, around that time, and they have been because they don't necessarily trust the international governing body. They would rather test themselves to see whether it's safe to be used. And it took another 2 months. That's why it's so slow on the vaccine rollout until 1%. And then within just 1 month, it increases up to 3%, three times, I think. I know, four times, 4%, I think around that. And each day it has been given around 600,000 doses. If this continues on and it will reach that 1 million target before the Olympic, maybe it's fine to actually let it go on, to be honest, but I'm still quite skeptical as a lot of Japanese, especially sponsors in Japan, has been quite scared to sponsor these events again, especially with the Olympic is being controversial, especially, and most of the Japanese people are quite, they don't want this to happen. Actually, they want this to be postponed, at least postponed, no need to be cancelled but postponed. This has been quite a fundamental problem for these sponsors, as they are scared that Japanese people might go to like I say that not only government, the people, everyone is either on the lower or higher end, and these sponsors are scared of these people, this citizen, this consumer to just be boycotting this big brand which costs them lots of money to be lost, and that's what they don't want it to happen. So a lot of them have pulled out from the Olympic. I mean, they're considering of pulling it out, especially with such an immense pressure that's going on. I mean, it's still affecting lots of things like such as immigration, people who wants to study there, who wants to work there or live there, their visas being held back, and then another big issue is that with such a high number of cases in Japan currently, I mean, it's still for them stabilizing. They have extended the state of emergency to June 20, and it looks like it's about to end on June 20, depending on the situation. But then for me, it's still around 1,000, even though in Osaka it has already went down to 100 something, and in Tokyo I think it's still around 300-400 cases, new cases, but it's still pretty high. But there are some rumors that they will extend the state of emergency to before until the Olympics starts, which it's reasonable why they want to do that actually, even though it's might be, I mean, for reference, state of emergency in Japan doesn't necessarily mean they, like in any other country in which state of emergency means just lockdown, which means no one can go out, like that, only essential businesses, like that. No, it's just like it's I would say it's just an advice. It's something that they would say it's good, it's beneficial for you to do that. But if you don't do it, then I mean, recently they have been adding some more things to make people do this rules or regulation, like public shaming and penalties. I mean, for them, penalties would not necessarily affect these Japanese people to close their business down, or to at least just not serving alcohol as what they have been said. But then, definitely one of the thing that have been, I would say, it's not perfect, but it's have been affecting the people to be following these rules are the public shaming. That's their mindset is that if they are publicly shamed, which means that their image, their reputation will be lost, and they would be ashamed of themselves, especially. So that's one of the reason why they would follow these rules or guidelines, I'd say. But then the situation in Japan, to be honest, to reach that 1 million shot per day will be quite difficult, especially with such a limited number of doctors and nurses, and they even use the Japan Self-Defense Force for this thing to reach 1 mil, and it has been quite a controversial thing. Like not that hopefully, but hopefully one day it will reach before the Olympic starts so that we could see the immense effect. And the vaccine is that has been donated by the IOC to the athletes. I would say it's the Pfizer and BioNTech, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, I mean currently, and then there's another thing. I mean, it's not really recent, but it has been happening. I think it's about a government. I forget Iwa. I forget around that part of Japan. I would say they have been saying that a part of Japan. I would say have been saying that eating out with foreigners is considered to be dangerous, as it's basically just them saying that it's not allowed, but it's advised to not eat with foreigners as it's dangerous. It can cause immense problem, especially in this COVID situation, and it has met with a lot of backlash, not only from the foreign citizen but the Japanese citizen, and the government has pulled back its statement, which is good. We can see improvement that Japanese people are actually more of the respectful. I would say they are more into respectful, and let's say anyone who comes and live or just visiting Japan, their mindset is that as long as they don't disturb, or let's just say it's not disturb but basically just causing problem towards other people, then it's fine to just to accept they like even it's but the one big problem that Japan have, I would say, is that it's very, I would say, with like how the way that they think will be conservative. It's, I would say, it's conservative. The word is it. The their thought, their mindset is more into the conservative side, which means that they have been really they it's like as they grow up they would start at maybe elementary school, maybe preschool. They would say, yes, I want to be doctor and to be maybe YouTuber or maybe making bread. But then as life goes on, as they grow up, because of what I would say, it's more into like how their parents is teaching their child about opening up. Is it's not about opening, it's about thinking in a new way, thinking millennials, how they think and are conservative, and they have been following this conservative mindset for years, I would say, especially at this work, at during work like that, is that if you work overtime, work longer than the boss, then and maybe basically you just become the, it's not puppet but it's more like the I don't. It's almost like you just stick up for the to the boss to get the promotion. Then that's because it's, how would I say, to get a promotion in Japan they would work really hard. Like they would, because their conservative mindset is not work efficiently, work for the benefit of the company, and not no no. It's work for efficiency and the product, the result of the thing that they do. It's not as important as how long they would want. It's different. Like if you have the great success, even though like it's almost like if you have, let's just say, great success, you have, there's already a product, there's already a mind, like result. But the one thing that they would see is that, oh, you come from, because like let's say the work hour is 9 to 5 work hour, then they would see that at 5 you just directly go home, you don't really stick up to your boss, you just, well, there's result, but they would not actually promote you. But the other person who is just lazing around at work, maybe doing overtime, they do it slowly, and 9 to, let's say, 12, let's just say 9 a.m. to 12 a.m., doing those thing. Efficiency is lost, number one. Number two is that result will be less as good as someone who worked 9 to 5. And this is the concerning part of Japan, that I would say, on the work situation. Work towards that, and work for, basically it's just, desktop is something, let's just say, if you work on a desktop, basically just sitting down typing things up and just finish 9 to 12, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., no breaks, like that, then they will promote you. And especially sticking to your boss, like that, just drinking with your boss, showing that he's number one, I'm number two. It's wrong, it's wrong. That's why I would say that Japanese businesses, I would say, if you open a business and you follow this millennial thoughts, millennial mindset, your business will definitely succeed. Japan is land full of potential, but it's just their mindset should be changed for those potential to be reached to their climax, maximum new height, and push it more. And that's the problem that I've been seeing in Japanese. They don't want to, Japanese people, especially citizens, they don't necessarily want to be open-minded, to be accepting something new, to be accepting the risk. They are more to, as long as I don't do anything wrong, as long as there's this the only way, no other way is possible, there's 100% possibility, then they will take it. But if there, let's say, if there's 99% possibility, except for a few exception, if there's 99% possibility, they would not really take it. They would consider it. They would see what's the problem. If there's some risk, if ultimate risk would put them off from this thing. That's why it's land full of potential, but they are not maximizing it. But hopefully, we are going to see that mindset and things to, that possibility to be changed, to that mindset will change, so that they would reach a maximum new height. Of course, there's high risk, high reward. That's why there's a saying about that. Comparing to China, which has been, I don't know about that. I see them. It's almost, for me, Japan. The difference between Japan and China is that China is a country that has been, the freedom of speech is not necessarily, they don't really have freedom of speech. Only the government has this freedom of speech, and they can, I mean, there, it's not a land full of potential. In fact, it's, what they need right now is not uh change in government or something, but what they need is a revolution, really big revolution that could shaken up the country to its core, so that we could see something, that something, it's almost like, I would say, defect. China has a lot of defect that they have been covering up and covering up, but as those defects built on, you would see that slowly that it will increase. But it's almost like, let's just say, cup and water. You pour it in, it will increase, but as it increase, it will get towards the maximum. And once it reaches that maximum, we usually people just stop it, or basically just spill. And but the concerning part for China is that, and the thing that they need actually for this is that, for it to spill all over, and to open off the, to throw off the water out of the cup. That's the thing. But right now, from what I see is that those are being suppressed, the demonstration. While in Japan, you would see that there's a difference. In Japan, they are not thinking about freedom of speech. They are more into like, as long as they don't really care about the government, as long as they are safe, they don't make any public shamefulness. They would not do any demonstration. They would not do anything about it unless it's something that's most people agreed on, or maybe let's just say they like just say most Japanese citizens accepted it as something that they, let's just say like Olympic, because most of them accepted that it is frankly just not possible. They think that it's dangerous. It should be postponed or cancelled. That's why they are willing to demonstrate. But if let's just say 20% of them just want the game to be cancelled, postponed, I bet that they wouldn't even dare to just go down the street and just bring this thing up. Let's just say to demonstrate, they wouldn't do that. They would just be quiet and just keep their mouth shut and let them do their work. They're more into their own self reputation, self image. That's what I would say. Yeah, but I mean, hopefully that mindset could be changed. I think in the future, in Japan, what they need isn't revolution. What they need is change in their mindset. That's the problem that they would have. And if they would change their mindset, it will be a land full of success. Like South Korea, I think it's already a land full of success. They're I would say that they're South Korea have been one of the best, I would say, in reaching new height and maximizing their potential. They see something as a potential, even though there's a huge risk, they just take it. And that's what I respect about South Korean. And that's why, hopefully, I would say that Japanese mindset would be changed, and hopefully the vaccine could reach 1 million doses. And yeah, but hopefully they would really, like Japanese government would really consider about the immigrants, how about their vaccine, because not all country would have Pfizer and BioNTech. That's why it's quite concerning, I'd say. Yeah, but they would, I hope that they would be really thinking about how about the other people from other countries that are stuck right now, that have COEs, or let's just say COEs as basically. But if someone who have any, if they have already, let's just say they have visas, it's best for you to just directly go there. Don't wait any seconds. Even a few seconds could change their own whole life. That's the thing that we can say currently. If anyone who gets their visas first, or get their student visa, or let's just say work visa out, just directly prepare and go there within a few days. Don't waste your time thinking about whether you should go or not, because it's what you earn. It's what you need to do. Let's just say, because like once you reach your destination, which means that even if you get COVID there, then it's still, I would say, it's at least you're safe. At least you are already like, I'm there already. Like it's not like I'm still at other country, and if I get it, it will be much more complicated. So hopefully that will also be solved, and visas should come out as quick as possible. Hopefully all of the visas would come up before the Olympic, so that they would close out all the visa application for the and COE application for a while, until before they do it on October again. So hopefully you guys like this video. Subscribe and like and comment on this video for, and share this video for more future content. And see you guys next time. Bye bye.